Hi, it's Gadget here from PWMAD. I just want to talk about the 50SX today. I've just come across a couple of things on these bikes that I don't think the dealers are really informing people about. One of them is the radiator. I've come across a few bikes, they've split the radiators, or the bikes have overheated and the radiators have been damaged. There's one thing that you've got to look out for, and that's if or when you do a piston and you drain the radiator fluid, it's really important that you can see here that I've put the bike up like it's pulling a wheelie. So what this does is there's actually an air pocket in the motor that if you don't pull a wheelie with the bike and you fill up the radiator, then you're going to have an air pocket in the motor. So what you have to do is you have to elevate the bike, and then what you do is you top up the radiator, or you fill up the radiator. Whoops. Okay, so after you've filled up the radiator, you need to actually run the motor. So we need to put a petrol tank on to do that. So I won't actually run the motor. But what you need to do is run the motor, and you'll get rid of the air pocket in the motor itself. Run it, until the bike's hot, maybe 5-10 minutes. Run the motor, and if the radiator needs a top it up again as well. So this one needs a little bit more. So they don't actually top up all the way to the top of the radiator. The water actually runs sort of about maybe to the top of the shoulder of the radiator. But the most important thing is you've got to get rid of the air bubble. And to get rid of the air bubble, you've got to elevate the bike. So please remember that, otherwise you're going to have an air bubble in there, it's going to create heat, it's going to create pressure, and then you're going to end up splitting your radiator or bursting your radiator. And just another thing with these KTMs, their air intake is actually really good. But one thing people aren't doing is when you're spraying the top of the foam, okay, just quickly we're going to spray the top of the foam, make sure it's sort of evenly coverage. You've actually got to go around the outside on the underneath of the foam as well, around the outside, and that creates a seal on the underside of the air filter. And that's quite important because that's one place that will suck in a lot of dirt, and if you get dirt in there, then you're in a lot of trouble. So please be aware of that and put that on, and you're good to go. So you've heard this gadget from PWMAD.